Have you ever wondered why people add spices and oil and all these different seasoning flavorings to meat? It's simply to make it more palatable. Because let's face it, if most of us are honest with ourselves, and you try consuming meat all by itself without adding salt, pepper, seasonings, oil, or anything, it's very bland. Meat, dead flesh from an animal, really doesn't have much of a taste. The only kind of taste you get is from the blood, because the blood is salty, so you kind of taste that saltiness in the dead flesh. But other than that, meat is pretty bland. And so everybody's like, well, where are you going to, what are you going to eat if you don't eat meat? What are you going to eat if you don't eat eggs? What are you going to eat if you don't eat fish? What are you going to drink if you don't drink milk? And frankly, most of the foods on this planet come from plants, not from animals. And the animals, believe it or not, are eating the plants like we should be eating the plants. Unless you're a true carnivore. But the whole point of this video is just to say that, consuming meat on its own without adding seasonings and spices and things like that, very bland. So if you want to consume a diet that is very tasty, nutritious, and health promoting, then choose a diet rich in plant foods, because that's where your spices come from, your seasonings come from. They come from herbs, from plants, not from dead animal flesh. So if you want to have appetizing meals that taste absolutely delicious and out of this world, then try incorporating more plant foods and use more herbs and spices on your food. It's absolutely delicious. So, I don't think that many people think of that. And it's absolutely true, though. I mean, you go across the side of the road, you see a dead deer on the side of the road, you see a dead animal carcass. Nobody in their right mind finds that palatable. It's repulsive. Of course, you're not going to get out of your car and just start chowing down on that dead animal, because it's repulsive. You don't know all the worms, parasites, things that are crawling all around it. Of course you wouldn't want to eat something like that. But what makes it okay to go into the super casket because somebody else butchered an animal for you, and then you take it home and you still add spices and everything on, because nobody eats the meat just the way it is unless you eat raw meat, which is dangerous and can make you very ill. I had a bad experience with that one time, and I got very ill because of that. And I learned a lesson. And the lesson is that we shouldn't really be eating those things. And especially if you're going to consume meat, it's better to cook it than eat it raw, because you can get very ill from consuming raw meat. And I know there's people out there that promote the consumption of raw meat, but there is a risk to it. And ignoring that is being ignorant of that fact. And it is a fact. So, whatever you eat, try to eat what's the most healthiest and least disease causing, and it's going to do the least damage to you. So, bottom line here is, most of your flavorings, actually all of your flavorings and things, really do come from the plant kingdom. So, with that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.